Hey you guys. Okay, so hopefully y'all can hear me. I am sitting in the car because my little one is asleep after drop off this morning, and he's still sleeping. He's having his little morning nap, so I tend to just sit in the car. if we're not in a rush or a hurry or anything like that, I'll just let him finish out his nap. So while he was doing that, I figured let me use my time wisely. And I just wanted to get on here and share a little bit of my heart with you guys. Many of you who are watching my journey, you kind of see my passion and you see why I love Arbonne. And I'm seriously forever grateful for this amazing company. I truly am. And these life-changing products, like my heart, I'm so grateful to God. I truly am, because again, as I had shared previously in other videos or comments or posts and stuff, growing up, I always had this innate desire and feeling that I'm meant to do something. I'm meant to do something more. And it's funny because growing up, as little girls, we envision like literally our whole life. It's so funny. We kind of plan stuff out. And I always had this idea that I'd be like, the minivan driving soccer mom, and that my husband and I, just that we would do something awesome together and work really well as a team. And it's so funny because my husband and I met while working, and we work so well together, which is really awesome, and I'm super grateful for that. I know that that's not the norm for everyone, and so I don't take that lightly. I truly take that to heart and with so much gratitude, because I feel like that was part of God's plan, was for me to have this amazing life partner that we work so well together. And then beyond that, beyond just working well together, what is the mindset? Because some couples work great together, but maybe they don't do a lot of good. It's funny, I think of like Bonnie and Clyde. We actually dressed up as them one time for homecoming for school. But anyways, not for ours, anyways, an event at a school. And what's it called? But I'm grateful because we share the same desire to give in crazy awesome ways, and some are just very little ways to us, but could be huge to someone else. Like, I love my husband's heart for wanting to, like, this is his thing. He always has the cooler in the car stocked with water bottles, and he loves doing that. I guess it's something his grandfather taught him. And when he's out and about and he sees someone who looks like they might need some water, he just hands it to them. Or, you have the people standing in like the middle of the islands, like, on the island in the middle of the street, asking for money or food or whatever, and his heart is always to just give them. And so it might seem really small, like, okay, a bottle of water, really, like but to that one person, you have no idea. Maybe it really does a whole lot of good change for them, or just shows them human kindness. I don't know. So anyways, that's one little example of just wanting always to give. Or our pillow talk usually at some point, at least a few times a week, will contain something about wanting to give or do something for other people, wanting to buy this for them or do that for them or pay for this, or and we're talking like big things. Like, our kids attend private school, and I'm so grateful for that. And we think about other kids, like our godchildren, of course, but like some of our kids' friends who are not in private school, and just talking to their parents and just having that huge heart, and talking with them and their desire to want more for their kids. And our heartstrings are just tug, 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 tug. Like, oh my gosh, if we had the money, how great would it be to pay for their education? And just little things like that. Or when my son played Little League, like, we're not connected with the Little League anymore because he's aged out, but we've had the best memories there. We've made the most incredible friendships there. And we're so grateful for that season of our life. And, now that we have the little one, we'll probably end up back there. So I'm excited for that. That'll be really fun. But it's in our heart still to want to go back and totally like revamp the field for them. Like there's a couple fields that were done up by the Oakland A's, which thank you guys so much for that. That was really fun to be there during that time and be a part of that. Well, my husband and I served on the board too. That was really a fun time. But like the snack bar and like all the benches, like it really just wanting to do it up, that's in our heart to do. Like we just want to come back and give back. The school my kids go to, the teacher, some of the teachers and staff, they're just poured into our family and have been and are continuing to, our heart, there's just so much we want to do for them. Like a couple of my kids' favorite teachers, gosh, what I would give to be able to just like gift their families like a trip to Disneyland or something, like for a week. Like how cool would that be? Or to buy our, like my in-laws just bought a house, so maybe not them because they just got one, but my mom, like, buy her a home. Anyways, you get the point. Our desire is to give, and that's really cool. And I don't count that in any way, in any slack whatsoever. I feel like that's a gift God has given us. That's something He put in my heart. And He gave me this amazing life partner who shares the same vision, and we both want the same thing. And so the whole point of me even sharing just those little tidbits with you is when I think about Arbonne and I think about this business and this opportunity and what it is, I'm not going to lie to you. Before Arbonne, I heard about so many other companies. I'm not going to start listing names because I don't want to feel like I'm comparing the two, and I certainly don't want to badmouth or bash any other companies. There are successful people in every bit of company. So when it comes down to it, clearly it's the person, that's maybe just super passionate and it really comes off and they're successful at that, and that's great, and I'm so grateful for that. And I too will be in that place one time, mark my words. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna make it to the top of this company, but I'm so grateful because my vision, my heart, my passion aligns with the ethics and the value of this company and its products too, and that I love so much. Arbonne is such a giving company, not just to its consultants, but to the world around us. We're constantly innovating how we can be better for the environment, how we can be better for animals, how we can be better for people, for the clients, for, for growth. And I'm so grateful for that. When I say growth, I mean like as far as growing crop and things like that to make our products. But then in the sense, as that word came out of my mouth, I realized even the growth in us as people, they take so much pride in ensuring that we as consultants are also growing personally. Like, it's not enough to them that we're really good at our jobs and just sharing the products that we love with people. It's important to them that we're growing in who we are as mothers or as fathers or in our professions, because there's a lot of people who do Arbonne alongside something else: lawyers, doctors, teachers, officers, weight trainers, makeup artists, photographers. There's so many different people. Like, seriously, there are people who own their own storefronts, people who own their own shops, gas stations. I mean, you guys, there's even Amish like running their farm who are doing Arbonne, who are completely successful. And it's because Arbonne cares so much that we genuinely, and people from all different companies say this, to be the best version of ourselves. I am so honored and so proud. I genuinely feel like that really is their mission, is to genuinely make us the best version of ourselves, not just within our business, but in our homes, in our communities, in our churches, just in every aspect and every area of our life. And I'm so grateful for that. And that's another reason why I love sharing this gift. There's so many of us who have a vision, who have a dream, who have a goal and want to get somewhere, but we are so inundated by fear of thinking that we can do it. We're so concerned about failure. We're so worried about, what he or she is going to say about it. Unless he or she's paying your bill, forget about them. And I say that with all love and confidence today, knowing that I had to have a lot of self-growth. I had to have a lot of personal development to get me to the point where I'm at right now, to be able to audibly say that to you. I feel like a lot of people, successful people, they have a drive inside of them that does not allow circumstances to weigh them down where it makes them stop. They have their moment, they move on. And I'm going to be brutally honest on this, and I want to share this with you guys for those who are watching who are in network marketing or, are entrepreneurs or who want to step forward and have their own business in whatever capacity, whether it's Arbonne or not. Of course, if you're looking for something, of course I want you to join my team. Of course I want to love on you, and I want to help us grow together. But I want to be super clear about this. I want to be super transparent, and even my Arbonne brothers and sisters who are, might watch this, because a lot of the times we get to see highlight reels for everybody, for every kind of business out there. You see the highlight reel of what's going on, and we often wonder, like, man, how did they get there? Like, how do I get to that? How come they got there so fast? How can I do that? Like, what's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with us. We're taking time. We're part of the process. Our journey is to grow into the person that we need to become for the business that we desire, for the goals that we desire. And I truly wholeheartedly believe that. And again, that's something that's come through reading and just personal growth and prayer and communicating and plugging into people who share that same mindset with that same strength and who are where I want to be. So with that, I'm going to share just a handful of moments with you, because oftentimes I will hear people say, like, oh, they're interested in doing Arbonne, but, like, Shireen, yeah, it sounds so great, but you're so outgoing and you're so motivating and, you're so happy all the time. And how, like, I don't think I can do it, because they're basing it off of what I do and how I am. I've been through so much hell and back in my life. It's a choice for me to wake up and decide to be happy. It's a choice to decide I'm not going to let that circumstance or situation or person keep me bottled down. I've been through too much, and I've got too far to go to where I'm headed and where I know I deserve to be, and even more so where my family deserves to be. And so I stay focused on my why. I stay focused on realizing I have a team of people who are counting on me to lead by example. I stay focused on the fact that there's a little girl or a little boy out there who is waiting on my more, who's waiting for me to have the MVP paycheck so that I can help fund schooling or clothes for them. Not just outside of our country, but even right here in my town, there are people struggling, living in their cars. Those kind of things keep me going to realize someone's waiting on my more. And I feel like I'm fully capable, and there's a gift within inside me that God has given me to do that. But I want you to know it's not easy. And so this is really what I want to share with you guys. My first global training celebration that we had. So with Arbonne, there's an annual training every year. It's in Vegas. It's so much fun. And beyond the fun, it's so incredibly encouraging and empowering. I don't care who you are, what business you're doing. If you want to come and be empowered by amazing, authentic people, come with me. May this year, Rachel Hollis is going to be our guest speaker. So that is, I'm just so excited. It's going to be absolutely amazing, you guys. So if you want to come, add a little comment down below. We'll definitely chat some more about it. But it's so wonderfully fun. So anyways, my very first one is called GTC, Global Training Conference or Global Training Celebration, however you want to look at it. And celebration because there's so many different things happening, rewards and gifts and promotions and just crazy. And I love it because there's like 20,000 people from all over, from the US, from Canada, from Australia, Poland, New Zealand, the UK, Taiwan. It is so much fun. You get to meet all these different people, and especially it's really great because you hear all this chatter in your ear from all the negativity naysayers or people who just don't know, who honestly, right? Just ignorance on fire, basically, who think that this kind of business doesn't work or that it's a scheme or it's a pyramid, blah, 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 blah. When you're around 20,000 people who are doing it, you're like, yeah, this does work. Yeah, this is real. Yeah, this is pretty amazing. So anyways, my first one that I was getting ready to go to, it's funny because some people will think, oh, if things don't work out, it's just not meant to be, and they're ready to give up at the first or even second sign of trouble. Well, my first GTC, I'm getting ready to go, and I think there were like 6 or 7 different things that went technically wrong, like in the computer system and trying to get me registered. And I mean, it was crazy. I had to involve my regional VP, then we had to involve our national VP. And it was so, and I felt so bad. Like everyone was making all these phone calls like, hey, what's going on? Like, figure it out. And it took forever. And I started to take it as maybe I'm just not meant to go. Like, I don't even know what the heck's going on. I felt at the time I didn't have the money for it. Like, should I be doing this? And my husband was so supportive. Like, if this is your business, you got to treat it like a business. It will pay us back eventually. And I'm so grateful for my regional vice president, Stacy, because I think that was one of our first funniest conversations we had after several conversations of us trying to figure it out. We get on the phone one day and she's like, look, Shireen, I know it hasn't been easy. I know, they're just trying to figure it out and whatever's going on in the back office and this and that. She said, but I've got to tell you, things will happen like that and you have to decide whether or not you're ready to push and persevere. And I don't know if I can let you make that decision. I'm going to have to tell you, girl, to put your big girl panties on and you are coming. And you know what? I'm so glad she did. And sure enough, I went to GTC. You guys, I went with a busted toe. I was in a wheelchair. My sister-in-law was some of my team were pushing me around in this wheelchair in Vegas, where you want to be all dressed up and super cute and just totally ready to go. And we did it. I mean, we did it. Here I am in this cast, like this boot, and just rolling around on a wheelchair, just made it work. I could not be happier that I went. The keynote speaker that day GTC was Miranda Burcham. Totally filled my heart and my soul, my mind. I mean, just all of it. Like God just knew what I needed to hear, and not just again for my business, but for the vision that God gave me as a little girl to reach out and reach up and help others. So that was so incredible. My second GTC, last year, not last year, 2016, was I pregnant then? No, I think that was my first. Anyways, so my second GTC last year, 2017, I was pregnant with my son, which was amazing. I was so excited about that. But I was like super sick. It's just what happens with my pregnancies. And, we made it work. It was awesome. Thank God I didn't get sick not one time while I was there. I was like, thank you, Jesus. And things were just great. I had a team of 5 there with me. So it was awesome. The first year I had my sister-in-law and me, and then the next year was my sister-in-law and then 4 other people. It was just so great. It was really cool. We were so encouraged and empowered. Mel Robbins was our guest speaker on the 5-Second Rule, author. Oh my gosh, so good. We were so encouraged and empowered again, and just being fueled up with realizing God has a plan and a purpose for us, and we are here on purpose, for a purpose, as my friend Christina loves to say. I love that saying she has. And it's not by mistake. Like, I'm sorry, but if someone shares this amazing gift with you, as I share this gift with you, it's not by mistake. It's not by mistake if you hear it. It's not by mistake if I call you or text you or email you and tell you, hey, I think you're amazing. You need to be on my team. Like, it's not a mistake. We get to choose who we work with. So, if I just met you and we meet in the store and I'm like, holy cow, like something tugs at my heart. I literally have walked out of stores and then felt a tug from the Lord, like, go back in there. And I go in and I give him information, and we go from there. It's not by mistake. So anyways, I get home, right, on this total Arbonne high, just so pumped and feeling it, and I'm so stoked and excited. And you guys, I get home, and this is me being super transparent. I get home, and within that month, I get like a 48-hour notice from PG&E. I have this massive bill to pay, and I'm just like so defeated. Like, that might seem small to someone, but that, like, I'm just like, what the heck? Like, how am I, just immediate sink. Like, how am I supposed to be at the top of the company? My goal is to become an MVP and help my family financially, and my PG&E is about to get shut off. Like, what the heck? And it just kind of spiraled me into a mental, like, depression. Like, really, Shireen? You're not doing anything, girl. Like, what is this? And I was just so discouraged. A couple months later, got pregnant. Oh, wait. Sorry. No, that was the one with Andrew. That was this year. The pregnant one. Anyways. It's a super... What? I think I'm mixing them up. I don't know. See, prego brain over here. But anyways, yeah, I think the PG&E one was this year. and I came back, and then I got pregnant a couple months later, and then kind of hit a little bout of depression. And so I was like super out of it for like the first 4 or 5 months. And it was just super hard. And I felt like I wasn't the leader that my team needed in that moment, because I really just kind of closed myself off. I was super sick, like I usually get when I'm pregnant. And I literally was like shut off to the world for like 5 months. I'm not even kidding. It's so bad. But all that to say, like, yeah, I mean, there are hiccups. There are things that come up. There are things that make us waver. And I felt like my team was dwindling off. You know, people were just falling off. And why wouldn't they? Their leader fell off. You know, and I laugh because that's the only thing I can do at this point. But what I will say is that, one, I'm still at the same level. I didn't drop. I didn't lose where I am. My paycheck continued to come in. You know, I'm so grateful. Like, even in those moments, you know, my upline really just, I'm so grateful for them, and some sideline sisters. I mean, really just kept me going and kept pouring into me, and I kept growing, even though it didn't look like it. Like, I don't know, some of you who, you know, again, are entrepreneurs, you kind of see success in waves. It kind of goes like up and down, but it's like a steady uphill climb, if that makes any sense. Like, you have moments where you dip and you come back up, but you're still going up. You know what I mean? And I felt like that's exactly what was happening. So there were moments of all kinds of different things going on, you know, with just income and jobs and mindset and depression and pregnancy and all these different things happening. But yet all in the while, I was still growing mentally. I didn't realize it at the time, but I was still growing mentally. I was still having personal development. I was still being poured into by amazing men and women in this company. And my team was still there and still hanging tough. And my income was still there to help. And I know for darn sure, especially with, you know, my last job, I know for darn sure that if anything were to ever happen like that, like in an office type environment, I'd get the can. There would be no support there. Like, maybe there's a few jobs who they really would rally behind you, but for the most part, it's either you show up and do what you know, what they are paying you to do, or that's it. There's just no income. And I'm so grateful, because while I couldn't talk while I was that sick, I could text and I could message, and I could still share this beautiful gift with others via social media and different things like that. And that's really what kept my business going. And so I'm so grateful for that. So anyways, I just share with you, it's not always a pretty picture. It's not always the highlight reel. There's always stuff going on. You know, there's always going to be some kind of backlash. And sometimes it might even just be between our own two ears. Excuse me. But I want you to know, through those moments, you grow. You grow as a leader. You grow as a person. And they're worth every bit of it to get to your success. I think of so many successful people, you know, in businesses who had lows, and they kept going, and look where they're at. And so when I think about the struggles that I've had, or you're thinking about the struggles that you've had, know that we are in good company. I think of Disney. He went bankrupt before getting to fulfill his dream. I think of Amazon. I mean, that guy was in Bezos? I don't know, I'm probably butchering his last name, but, you know, it was just like in one little cubicle type office with like crap everywhere. And I mean, look at Amazon now. I mean, that was their first office. You know, think about Microsoft. I just think about so many things. And I think about Facebook. I think about Oprah Winfrey. I mean, then what's that singer's name? I can't think of his name. I'm telling you, pregnancy brain is so real. I need to go have a mind health. But there's just so many people who've had such horrific lives, or had such awful moments, and they decided to push and persevere, you know, getting bankrupt or being raped or having to sleep in gas station bathrooms, or, but they're just like, look, these things happen, but they don't define who I am. They're a stepping stone, and I will get to where I'm headed. And that's my encouragement for you guys. Regardless of what situations have happened or come against you, if you really have a passion and a goal in mind, don't give up. Don't let anything stop you. And, if you're trying to figure out how to make it happen, I can only tell you till I'm blue in the face, I suppose. Arbonne is literally a gift that I'm ready to hand to you as a vehicle to get to what it is that you want to do. This is, again, the words that come to mind are always no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. You're going to buy the products. You're going to use these kind of products every single day, and everyone you know is going to as well. And you can make your income by simply shopping from yourself and teaching other people to do the same thing. And really, it's that simple. And in that, you create the income and the time leverage that you need to do exactly what it is that you want. Some people have the money, but have no time. And some people have plenty of time because they have no money. If you're someone who's thinking, I am way too busy, I don't have the time for it, and I don't have the money to start a business, I have to tell you, as I just recently heard from Peyton Mott, she did such a great example of putting this analogy together. She just said, it's really counterintuitive. It's like you saying, I need to lose weight, but I don't have money to go to the gym yet, so I'm going to wait till until I lose the weight and have the money to then go to the gym. Kind of works against itself. Everybody has $270. Just about everybody. Unless you live on the streets, just about everybody has $270 to better themselves, to start 2019 and make it exactly what you want it to be. You're maybe spending it at Panera or Starbucks or McDonald's or going to the movies. Sacrifice for 1 month. Start your business. And I'm telling you, even that $270, you can make that back the following Tuesday. We get paid every Tuesday from our own work, from our own commission, 15 to 35%. So there's just no excuse. You have everything inside of you. You have the gift, the passion, the idea to do it, and I'm handing you a tool to get you on your way to doing it. So I just want to encourage you. One, do not give up on your dreams, your goals, and what your passion and what you were created to do. If there's something inside of you that is just pulling at your heart every day, that's your gift. That's where you should be headed. So you're created to do. Two, if you're trying to figure out how in the world do I get there? How do I make that happen? I need the money. I need the time. I'm giving you a gift to help be able to do that. If you're thinking, I can't do that, I don't know how to do that, I don't have the attitude, I don't have the right mindset, I don't have the energy, blah, blah, blah. Excuse after excuse after excuse. We walk you through it. We hold you by the hand. We teach and train you. We help you. We help guide you to be able to be successful and to make it happen. So I really just want to encourage you, life is too short. Don't expect that you'll have, the next 10 years to make it happen. You never know. Where will you be 5 years from now if you're doing the exact same thing you're doing today, hoping to get to where you want to be? That's the definition of insanity, really. So just think about that. Where will you be 5 years from now? And if everything's dependent on you and what you're doing right now with your income, what would happen to your family or to those counting on you if something were, God forbid, to happen to you? This business is residual income. And at the second of only 4 levels in the company, it's a willable business. So God forbid if something happened to you as your clients continue to purchase, because they're going to continue to wash their face, comb their hair, brush their teeth, drink some delicious drinks, put on their skincare, whatever, they're going to continue to buy. And God forbid if something happens to you, you get to leave your business to whoever you want to, your family, your kids, maybe it's your parents. So anyways, I just wanted to share my heart with you guys and just keep it real. It's not easy. but I bet my bottom dollar it's going to be worth it. Mark my words. All right. Bye, you guys. Have an amazing day. And if you're interested, definitely let's chat. Life is too short to wait. Talk to you soon.